Okay, I also want to point this out right here. We're looking at the side effects. It says, what are the possible side effects of Valtrex? Okay, kidney failure and nervous system problems are not common. Okay, now let me just break down this word common for a minute. That means are not experienced on average out of everybody that was tested, but it did happen. Okay, but here we go. But can be serious in some patients taking Valtrex. So that's the warning. Okay, don't let that word game common play a trick on you. Okay, let's read this. Nervous system problems include aggressive behavior, unsteady movement, shaky movement, confusion, speech problems, hallucinations, seeing or hearing things that are not really there, seizures, and coma. Kidney failures and nervous system problems have happened. Okay, kidney and nervous system problems have happened in patients who already have kidney disease and in elderly patients whose kidneys do not work well due to age. I always tell your healthcare provider to have kidney problems if you have kidney problems before taking Valtrex. Okay, call your doctor right away if you get a nervous problem while you are taking Valtrex. Okay. Common side effects of Valtrex in adults include headaches, nausea, pain, stomach pain, vomiting, dizziness. Side effects in HIV-infected adults include headaches, tiredness, and rash. These side effects are usually mild and do not cause patients to stop taking Valtrex. No, they just might cause the patient to get I don't know, in some deep illness. Other less common side effects in adults include painful periods in women, joint pain, depression, okay, low blood cell counts. We already dealt with that, okay, and changes in tests that measure how well the liver and kidneys work. The most common side effects in children less than 18 years old was 18 years old. Was of 18 years of age. Now, the most common side effect in children less than 18 years of age was a headache. Now, why would they put that there? Okay. On the last page, guys, okay, let's go back one. It says Valtrex is intended for adult patients. So why would they tell us about side effects of somebody that's less than 18 years old if this is intended for adult patients? Okay. Now, like I said, we're going to go into this PDF right quick. We're going to point out some things. Okay. Now, this is the PDF that I downloaded. Okay. It's available on the site. If you want to take a look at it. We're going to chase the rabbit hole a little bit further. Okay. Now, we're dealing with indications for usage. Okay. Now, I'm not going to read through all these. I just want to point out a couple. Okay. Cold sores, indications and usage. This means how they want you to use it. Okay. This is how you should use it. Okay. This is how you should use it for cold sores. Okay. Caplets are indicated for treatment of cold sores. Okay, the efficacy, I believe that's efficacy of Valtrex, initiated after the development of clinical signs of a cold sore, has not been established. Do you see that? Okay. The efficacy of Valtrex intended after the development of clinical signs. I mean, as somebody has gotten a cold sore, has not been established. Okay, so let's look up this word efficacy. Efficacy. Let's look up the word efficacy. Sorry, guys. I just want to say it right for you. Okay. Let's look it up. Okie dokie. Let's look at dictionary.com. Okay. capacity, okay, for producing a desired result or effect. Okay, effectiveness. Okay, so really this would say the effectiveness of Valtrex intended after the development of cold sores has not been established. So that means that they don't really know how effective it is for cold sores. But yet, if they go back here, the first thing that they say that's intended for is cold sores. How are you going to tell us it's intended for cold sores if in your very own documentation you say that the effectiveness for cold sores hasn't been established? Okay, let's move on to genital herpes. Okay, Valtrex is indicated for treatment of the initial episode of genital herpes. Okay, in immunocompetent adults. Here we are again. Valtrex is indicated for treatment of people whose immune system already works right or is working normal. I'm just going to replace efficacy with effectiveness because that's what it means. Okay, I like to put stuff in layman's terms so that you can understand exactly what it's talking about. The effectiveness of treatment with Valtrex when initiated more than 72 hours after the onset of a sign and symptom has not been established. So it says, okay, so here let me break it down. The effectiveness of treatment of Valtrex. Okay, when they gave somebody Valtrex 72 hours after they got an outbreak or showed a sign of herpes has not been established. That means they have not documented the results and they don't know that it works. It has not been established. Okay? The effectiveness has not been established. They don't know what it is. But yet, the very next thing that we deal with, Valtrex is indicated. You notice it says indicated. It doesn't say intended. Okay? Word games. Okay? Valtrex is indicated for genital herpes. Boom, genital herpes. Okay? Has not been established. Okay? Let's scroll down a little bit more. Okay? Other one I want to point out is I want to point out suppressive therapy. Okay, we're going to deal with this one, suppressive therapy. We just looked at suppressive therapy, right? Valtrex is indicated, okay, indicated for chronic suppressive therapy of recurrent episodes of genital herpes in immunocompetent and HIV infected adults. So it's indicated for chronic suppressive therapy. That means therapy that's to keep suppressing. Chronic means to keep happening over and over again. So to keep suppressing, some therapy that's going to keep suppressing recurring episodes of people whose immune system is already working right. If your immune system is already working right, it's working normally, then you shouldn't have to keep suppressing a virus because your immune system should eliminate it. All right? Here we go. Under suppressive therapy, the effectiveness or the efficacy of safety of Valtrex for the suppression of genital herpes beyond 1 year in immunocompetent patients and beyond 6 months in HIV infected patients has not been established. The effectiveness of suppression beyond 1 year in people whose system is working right, whose immune system is working right, has not been established. Why? The suppression of genital herpes beyond 1 year in somebody whose immune system is working right has not been established. Why not? Because you don't need it if your immune system is working right. Hello, hint, hint, clue, clue, folks. If your immune system is working right, you don't need Valtrex. So what are we trying to say? We're trying to say that the key to eliminating herpes or eradicating herpes is to put your immune system in a state where it's working right, to put your immune system in the highest state possible. Okay? Now, I want to look at reduction of transmission. Okay? Now, reduction of transmission. Valtrex is indicated for the reduction of transmission of genital herpes in immunocompetent adults. So it's going to reduce transmission in people whose immune system is working right again. Okay. The effectiveness of Valtrex for the reduction of transmission of genital herpes beyond 8 months in discordant couples has not been established. Okay, discordant couples simply means one person that has the virus, the other person that doesn't. Okay, so the reduction in transmission between a couple like that has not been established in somebody that's had it beyond 8 months. So if you've had herpes for longer than 8 months, then they don't know if this is going to stop the reduction in transmission. They don't know if you're going to be, if they can't say that this will stop you from giving it to your partner, basically. The effectiveness or efficacy of Valtrex for the reduction of transmission of genital herpes in individuals with multiple partners and non-heterosexual couples has not been established. Okay, so that means that the reduction in transmission of genital herpes in individuals that sleep with a lot of people and people that are non-heterosexual has also not been established. They can't tell you that Valtrex will stop that transmission between those if you have sex with a lot of people or if you have a non-heterosexual relationship. Okay? Safer sex practices, here we are, should be used with suppressive therapy. Safer sex practices, again, we know what safer sex practices is as we dealt with that in the first video. Okay, now, in the next video, we're going to go ahead and we're going to move on into some warnings and some precautions. You should be asking questions about this, about any drug that you're taking. Okay. One thing I did want to point out before we go on is I want to deal with, let me see here. I want to deal with the actual ingredients in Valtrex. Okay, I'm going to deal with the actual ingredients in Valtrex, and I'm going to prove to you that it does nothing. Okay, it does nothing to help you by literal admission of their own documentation.